Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about the most underrated products in detailing. These are products of which I've tested out and have been using in my professional detailing business, of which I feel are underrated in their given category. These are products maybe some of you have at home, but maybe a lot of you are potentially using something else, and today we're going to talk about these products and why I think these might be a little bit better. So welcome back to the channel, and let's jump into it. Now, before we jump into the video, you guys should know this is absolutely not a sponsored piece of content. Every single one of these products we're going to showcase today are products that I actually use in my detailing business and products I think you should potentially consider using over something else or just giving them a try. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now let's start off my first underrated product by talking about glass cleaning, everybody's least favorite thing when it comes to cleaning your car. I'm sure a lot of you have tried probably 5, maybe 6, maybe even up to 10 different glass cleaners at a time and never really get the results you're actually looking for. There's some highlights out there in the segment, Belt Hammer Touchless being actually one of those. Super wetting agents in here, it's almost impossible to streak, but still one of my main issues with pretty much any of the glass cleaners on the market, they leave the glass very dry and very tacky. And this brings up the topic of talking about glass cleaning towels using low lint and low piles to try and not get any lint left over on your glass. Well, one of the biggest issues behind that is actually the alcohol inside of these, leaving it very grabby. So that's why one of my most underrated products that I use all the time is actually Adam's Brilliant Glaze. Now this product is a pretty versatile product that can be used on many other areas of your vehicle. You can use this to remove light water spotting on the exterior of your glass. If you've got a ceramic coating you've been installing, you might get a light high spot that won't wipe away. Using a product like this with its solvents and light abrasives in it can remove that stuff. But this is also a sledgehammer at removing off-gassing haze from your interior glass. Now this is a product, it's very simple to use. You're gonna take a microfiber applicator, apply liberally to it, and you're gonna scrub down your glass. You wanna make the inside of it look like Cheech and Chong have been inside. So fully hazed over, and then you're gonna let that cure up a little bit. You're gonna wipe it down, and then you're gonna come back in with either just using waterless wash or 50-50 waterless wash and one of your favorite glass cleaners out there. What this is gonna do is actually not only remove all of that off-gassing, but it's also gonna leave a little bit behind. And again, as I was talking over here with all of that alcohol that you typically have in glass cleaners, to remove that film, it's actually going to be very slick. And that is one thing that I absolutely love about this product. And I can tell you guys from many videos that I put on this channel talking about glass cleaning, this is the product that everybody just loves because it works. It's very simple to do and you can get insane results very, very quickly. So Adam's Brilliant Glaze, one of my favorite detailing products that is super underrated. The next underrated product comes from Armor Detail Supply, and this is both of their iron removing chemicals here. One specifically based for your paint, the other specifically made for your wheels. The reason these are so underrated is actually because of the smell. Now, if you guys have used products like Gyeon Iron, CarPro Iron X, or even something like Koch Chemie Magic Wheel Cleaner, you'll know that rotten egg TGA scent in there. It is absolutely horrendous to use. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons that we're seeing a ton of companies coming out with alkaline-based wheel cleaners. And the funny thing is, I think why we're moving to the alkaline side, not only do you not have the active ingredients in here to bleed off of that iron, turn the wheels bright purple, so you have to move up in the alkalinity scale, is because a lot of people are scared of acidic wheel cleaners because they've been known to damage wheels. Now, the funny thing that I never understand with this is on both sides of the pH scale, whether it's acidic or heavily alkaline, they can both be extremely caustic. So the funny thing is, a lot of people would rather not use an acid, but they're completely fine throwing on a pH of 12.5, 13 when it comes to alkaline wheel cleaners. So these are products that I despise using, especially in an enclosed environment like this. You absolutely reek like it when you go home. The entire shop smells like it. My clothes smell like it. You get in the shower, that active ingredient comes back on your skin. You just stink like that for the rest of the day. I don't know how Armor Detail Supply over here has done it, but they have figured it out. And this is actually a product you can use completely indoors in an unventilated area and not just absolutely hate your life using them. So these are both products that have those active ingredients in there that remove those iron particulates, and as well as they're pH neutral. So these are extremely safe chemicals to use. And I recommend them over pretty much everything else, just because of the scent in them, but they also work incredibly well. I have tested these back to back with CarPro Iron X, Gyeon Magic Wheel Cleaner. There's little to no difference using products like this, or even just using them on your paint. So that's why for me, Armor Detail Supply's iron removers over here are absolutely top tier with high quality ingredients. Next underrated product comes from the quick protection segment, and that is using a product like a quick paint sealant, using something like a ceramic coating topper like CarPro Reload, something like that. Now, the main issue that I have with products like these is typically you're not really using them as drying aids. There are some products out there that are kind of a hybrid in between. You might have a SiO2 based detailer, something like that, or just something to help you pick up the water. What I really am focusing on here though are spray sealants, essentially that you're going to take a perfectly clean car after it's been dried, you're going to have it all decontaminated, ready to go. You might have a ceramic coating on it and you want to apply protection to it. Now a lot of these look like spray sealants like this that you're going to mist onto the panel or directly onto your towel. You're going to buff them into the paint, you're going to flip that over or grab a second towel and continue to wipe those off. Now a lot of these products not only have some issues streaking, not every single one sitting in front of me here, but one of the other big issues that I have is just in general touching your paint. Now I am a big proponent, after you've gone through, done a paint correction on your vehicle, fully polished out the car, done a ceramic coating, you should try and touch your paint as least as humanly possible. And I see a lot of people do this over time. They coat their car or they have no protection on it and they're frequently waxing it, putting spray sealants on it, and you just get this gummed up, built up layer. That's why this is one of my favorite products for short-term protection, and that is Gyeon WetCoat. Now this product works very different than these. Instead of drying off the entire car, after you've done your initial clean of the vehicle, going through, maybe doing a pre-wash, your full contact wash on here, and the paint is squeaky clean, while it's still wet, you're gonna mist this onto the panel, you're gonna let it sit for a few seconds, rinse it off, and boom, you have instant protection. Now there's a bunch of different products out there in the world that actually do this, you know, some from CarPro, some from G-Technic, Armor Detail Supply, all of those. This has been my favorite I've ever tested. It's very simple to use. It doesn't have any sort of spotting behavior on it. Some of these, especially working outdoors, even if you don't immediately rinse them off, can actually cause some issues with that. But this is not a product that is necessarily meant to replace a ceramic coating, nor are any of these products. They're short-term protection. But why I like this product is not only the application, you're not touching the actual vehicle, but this stuff goes absolutely everywhere, which is awesome. So this can actually go on glass, on matte paint, on gloss paint, in all of those grills. It can go on wheels, it can go on every single surface on the exterior of your vehicle, giving it a little bit of short-term protection, just helping it stay cleaner for longer. Then when you do come back to clean it up, it's a little bit easier to clean. So Gyeon WetCoat, one of my most underrated products that I use all the time. Moving on now to, I think, likely one of the most underrated, but also most controversial products out there, Clean by PM the Organizer's 8-year ceramic coating. I know for a lot of you out there, this will be a product you'll never try, but I can promise you one thing, you're definitely missing out. Guys, I've tried a ton of coatings in my professional detailing career, all from using CarPro, G-Technic, Armor Detail Supply, Adams, all of the brands you can name out there. I have probably tried them. And one that I keep coming back to is Clean by PM the Organizer's coating here. Now, I know for a lot of you were pretty skeptical when this first launched. I was as well, thinking that, oh, just another YouTuber making another YouTube product, it's probably gonna be fine, and then it's just not gonna work that well, and it's probably overpriced and this, that, and the other. That was exactly my thoughts until I tried this product. I started putting it on customer cars. I started putting it on my own cars. This Kia EV6 next to me has this coating, as well as I think 13 or 14 different ceramic ceramic coatings as well, and we're running a long-term coating test. I can tell you the standout from that test, even just a couple of months in now, is Clean by Pan the organizers. This stuff just installs beautifully well. The slickness is insane, the hydrophobics are insane, and being through Colorado winters here, it looks incredible to me. So this is a product I recommend to pretty much everyone, whether you're a first-time installer, whether you're installing it on customer vehicles. This is better than a lot of pro-grade coatings that you have to get trained for, accredited for, and I've been absolutely blown away with this product. So I would recommend to you, if you just don't want to try this, I get it, but I really think you should just take your ego out of the equation and try this and see how it does. I promise you, you're probably going to be blown away. Moving on to our last one. In front of me here are a multitude of different interior cleaners. I'm sure for a lot of you, like myself, glass is not one of those fun areas to clean, nor are interiors. Interiors have a ton of different surfaces. They're also pretty darn disgusting, if I do say so myself. And I've cleaned a lot of interiors in my life, and I've used a ton of different products to actually go in and clean interiors. Everything from using really heavy, strong cleaners like Gyeon Leather Cleaner Strong, using all-purpose cleaners over here, using, I think, one of the crowd favorites, P&S Express Interior Cleaner, a pretty versatile cleaner, but still not one of my favorites. Then you move down to something like a straight interior detailer that is just meant to wipe up light dust, wipe up some fingerprints here and there, or you might even stretch for a specialized Microsuede and Alcantara cleaner. Well, I can tell you one of the most underrated products out there is Koch Chemie Polestar. This stuff is the absolute mic drop of cleaning up your interior. I think honestly, long gone are the days of needing a specialized all of these different cleaners to actually go in and deep clean every single component on your interior of your vehicle. This is a product that can work on leather. This is a product that works on dashboards, on plastic, on touch screens. You can even get this stuff on glass and it doesn't make an absolute mess. The best thing about this product is it's pH neutral. A lot of the times when we're going in cleaning our interior, we're naturally using high alkalinity cleaners in there to break down that dirt and grime, break down the oils, and what does that leave us with? Well, like our skin, a very dry leather. Now, I'm not a huge fan of conditioning leather really ever. I just like to keep it clean, keep it maintained, and your interior is going to look really nice as long as you're using the correct cleaner. So Koch Chemie Polestar here, being pH neutral, is a phenomenal product because this is something you can spray on any of the interior of your vehicle, wipe it, and walk away. A lot of products like P&S Express Interior Cleaner over here are products they actually recommend going back in with a damp towel, which means you're going to get probably streaking. Then it means you're going to have to use something like an interior detailer to clean up that streaking. And it just becomes this annoying, laborious process where you can use this product for everything here. So this also works on Alcantara Microsuede. You can also use this on light stains on carpets. If you have an extremely dirty carpet, probably not the best product here for you, but it can deal with pretty much 95% of all messes in your interior. So I've pretty much taken all of these products, combined them into one for a safe cleaner that is importantly heavily dilutable. So this product comes super concentrated. You can use it as an interior detailer at like 1 to 20. You can go, down to 1 to 10 if you need some serious cleaning power, or even 1 to 5. It just depends on your car's needs. But this is an extremely versatile product that has really revolutionized how I actually clean interiors. And importantly here, it doesn't have an annoying scent. You don't have a super strong leather smell that a lot of companies put in their interior cleaners or conditioners and just smell absolutely terrible. Nor do you have some heavy all-purpose cleaner smells or just detergents in general. This just leaves a fresh, clean scent that I promise you, you're gonna love. So that wraps up our video today of my top 5 most underrated products in the detailing space. Stay tuned for next week because we're gonna be giving you the top 5 most overrated products, and I'm sure that'll bring up some interesting conversations. Thanks so much for watching. All of these products will be linked in the description below. We'll see you in the next one soon. Bye-bye.